Happy Monday, everybody. I'm excited to have you guys here. I hope that today you will absolutely get something from our weekly industry update that you can take and use to help your business and be considered that industry expert, because you will be in the know. So let's go ahead and get started. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend and were able to although the weekend is for realtors, we're busy, right? We're out showing property. It's not as if the weekend is a rest week for like it is for other folks who work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. When everybody says, "Oh, I can't wait till Friday," I crack up because I'm like, yeah, no. Saturday and Sunday, we're out looking at properties. And this weekend for me was no different. I was out looking at properties. This weekend, Adriana, I was actually in your neck of the woods in Corona. So definitely, I need to find out where you're at because we need to stop by and hang out with you guys.
Yes, I can tell you where to go for lunch. We can meet.
Oh, that would be awesome. Okay, we got to do that. Because that's where my husband and I are looking, and so we've been out there quite a few times. So okay, you guys, let's get started. Oscar, welcome. All right, Kim and Diana, I love it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. You guys know about TCPA compliance. Make sure that you are not calling folks that are on that do not call list, because we do not want you to get your hand slapped. So for LA County, we are looking at for sale properties that are actually on the market right now, sold properties that have closed escrow, and pendants that are in escrow. And currently we are 2.6% up from last month. And we are 8.1% increase from last March, same time frame, and 8.1% increase overall. So we actually have 8.1% more properties on the market currently than we did last year. So that's a good sign, right? Going up and moving in the right direction, considering we need more inventory on the market. So properties have increased, and then sold properties. So properties that have closed escrow are down 39% compared to last month. But again, actually, you guys, hang on 1 second. I knew that was going to happen. I think I'm looking at the wrong presentation. I'm so sorry. You guys forgive me. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease. Let's start over. All right, starting over. Here we go. All right. See, the dates have changed. So I was like, wait a minute, we're not at the second. So here we go. All right. We are increased 5.9%, 5.9% compared to last month. 10% increase compared to last March, same time frame, on the for sale properties that are actually on the market right now, and a 10% increase overall, which is great. We are moving in the right direction. Last week and this week, we're going up in terms of for sale properties being on the market. Sold properties have increased only 0.7% compared to last month, and 24.2% down compared to last March. So what is closed escrow is actually down 24.2% compared to last year in March, and then up 2.1% compared overall comparison. Okay, so up still 2.1%. So we are still seeing a slight increase in our closings. And then pendant properties are down 2.5% compared to last year, down 7.6% compared to last year in March, and up 2.5% overall, okay, compared to last year. So we're definitely, you see that right-hand column there, right here, we are definitely moving in the right direction, right? Because as compared to last year, we are actually continuing to go up. So that is definitely moving in the right direction. We want our pendants to go up. We definitely want inventory to go up, because that's going to trickle into everything else, right? So let's look at new listing inventory, because that's a big indicator as well. New listing inventory has actually gone down 13.5% compared to last month, 16.1% compared to last March, same time frame. But again, we're only looking at these first 9 days in March, so it's still a little bit early in the month. but currently we're actually 16.1% down compared to the same time frame in March last year. And then we're 8.9% increased overall compared to last year. So again, we're still moving in the right direction. However, if we see our numbers continue to go down, more than likely we still may not be in the green if our numbers continue to go down during the month. But overall, so far, we are still moving in the right direction, 8.9% increase compared to last year. So we've got more new listing inventory on the market this year compared to as opposed to last year. Okay, pending inventory is down 2. Oh, we already went over pending inventory, right, in our previous slide. Okay, so let's keep pushing forward. Yeah. Average active price has gone down 1.7% compared to last month, 0.3% compared to last March. So a very nominal decrease. And so pretty much pretty flat. And 0.3% decrease overall, pretty flat, right? So average active price in LA County has actually flattened overall, which is a good thing, right? So that means that last year as compared to this year, prices have remained relatively the same, okay? Only down 0.3%, which is interesting because in some areas prices have really gone up, and in some areas obviously they have gone down. So we have to be hyper local and look at the specific areas that you guys are servicing to bring out those numbers for your sellers and for your buyers so that you can, you know, really be spot on with your numbers, because these numbers are general and every different neighborhood probably is giving a different story. Okay, so you guys have got to be hyper local and pull these numbers for your specific neighborhoods. All right, average sold price is actually down 0.6% as compared to last month, and up 5.6% compared to last year, and up 4.1% overall. So although average active price has remained relatively flat, sellers are still getting 4.1% more than they were last year. Okay, so they are seeing appreciation compared to last year, which is a good thing, right? Because or the 4.1% is a good thing. Why? Because that is a pretty normal market. When you're seeing 4.1% appreciation, anywhere between like 4 to 7% of appreciation, that's a relatively normal market year over year. Is that house prices go up. So that is a very good sign. We're not seeing overblown appreciation, right? Because of the low inventory, at least not in LA County. All right, let's look at the months of inventory. We are down, is that 4%? We're down 4% over last month. We're up 41.6% compared to last March. So we were at 1.7 months of inventory last year in March, and currently we're at 2.4 months of inventory. All righty. And then compared to last year, we're up 8.6%. Last year, we were at 2.3 months of inventory, and currently in the year, and now we're at 2.5 months of inventory. Okay, so LA County is still seeing very low inventory, as we know. I think Orange County, all the counties are seeing it. Riverside, San Bernardino County are going to be have a little bit more inventory, obviously. And then Orange County normally has less than everybody. But as you can see, we are still in a strong seller's market, as you know, given the numbers, right? All right. So average days on market is down 15% compared to last month. Down 15% compared to last March as well, and down 16.3% overall. Okay, so we were at 43 days on market last year at this time in the year, and currently we're at 36 days on market. And we expect that, right? We expect that we will see the average days on market to go down because the competition has increased and buyers are out because the interest rates have leveled off. So we are definitely seeing that that the days on market would go down, and especially given we only have like 2.6 months of inventory, 2.3 months of inventory on the market, right? So sold versus original list price, we are up 2.1% compared to last month, up 2.1% compared to last March in 2023 in March, and then up 3.2% overall. So sellers last year were getting 94% of their list price. Currently, they're getting 97% of their list price. So that is good. Sellers are happy. They're getting close to 100% of their list price in LA County. And again, this is our opportunity to be hyper local, because in some areas they're getting 101% of their list price. They're going over list price. And in some areas they are not, right? They're holding true to this 97% of 97% of list price. That's your opportunity to educate your seller and let them know what to expect, right? And it also depends on your pricing strategy, right? If you're super conservative, then you probably will get them over. But if they're aggressive and they're priced at the top of the market, they may be one of those that comes a little bit under, right? The asking price. Okay. All right, so let's look at the Orange County trends. All right, so for sale properties, 12.2% higher as compared to last month, and 4.5% lower compared to last year in last March, and 4.5% lower overall. So for sale properties have gone down in Orange County, as opposed to LA County, right, where properties that are on the market had actually gone up overall. We're actually down in Orange County by about 4.5%. Sold properties have actually gone up 1.8% compared to last month, 5.4% decrease compared to last year, same time frame in March, and then 6.1% increase overall. So properties that have actually closed escrow has actually increased as compared to last year. Pending properties are down 1.7% compared to last month, and 0.4% increase compared to last March, and then 5.2% increase overall. So properties that have actually gone into escrow, right, have actually increased compared to last year, so to the tune of 5.2%. So two of our indicators are actually up, which is good. However, we always know that if for sale is down, that's going to trickle into our pendants, and that's going to trickle into our sold properties, right? So we do know that. So let's look at our new listing inventory. New listing inventory is actually down 17.5% compared to last month, 33.5% compared to last March, and 4.1% increase overall. So we actually are seeing that properties have actually gone up. New listings have actually gone up as compared to last year, which is good because we need all the inventory that we can get, obviously. Pendants are down. Oh, I'm so sorry, I always do that. We already went over our pendants. But definitely in Orange County, we are seeing still that we are having a little bit more new listing inventory than we did last year. So that's a good sign. Average active price has actually gone down 3.3% in Orange County compared to last month, up 18.5% as compared to last March, and up 18.5% overall. So sellers are asking for 18.5% higher than they did last year. Okay, that's what that is telling you, is that sellers in Orange County are asking for higher than they did last year, to the tune of 18.5% higher. Okay, now let's look at that sold, because that's what tells us what they're actually receiving, not actually what they're asking, but what they're actually getting, bottom line. And that's 1.5% higher than it was last month, 14% higher than it was last March, and 15% higher than it was last year. So in Orange County, the sold prices are actually 15% higher than they were last year. So that is, I'm sure sellers are loving that. And that is more than likely has a lot to do with the fact that they have less inventory on the market in Orange County. So if you want to live in Orange County, you're picking from a lot less. You have a lot less pickings in Orange County, right? And then obviously the interest rates leveling off had something to do with buyers hopping back into the market. And I'm sure in Orange County, so pretty much Orange County is seeing above average growth in terms of appreciation. They're seeing that double-digit growth to the tune of 15%. But again, you got to be hyper local, because not all areas in Orange County are created equal, right? All right. So months of inventory, this tells us a little bit more on the story, is 1.3 months of inventory last month. We have 1.3 months of inventory this month. So relatively flat at this stage in the month. And then overall, a 6.1% decrease. So we had 1.6 months of inventory on the market last year. We currently have 1.5 months of inventory on the market currently. Okay. So as opposed to like Los Angeles County, right? It was like 2.3, 2.4 months of inventory. As you can see, Orange County literally has a month and a half worth of inventory, right? So they are extremely low inventory, which is why more than likely that appreciation has gone up much higher than it has in LA County because there's just limited inventory, very few to choose from. Okay. All right. So let's look at our average days on market. So average days on market has gone down 22.6% compared to last month, 42.9% compared to last year, same time frame, and then 34.1% decrease overall. So the average days on market went from 44 days on market last year to 29 days on market this year in Orange County. And again, because there's so few properties on the market, when they come on the market, they more than likely go off the market fairly quickly. So we'll start to see that go down even further. Okay. And I'm sorry. All right. Now I'm going to mute you guys. Sold versus original list price is up 2% compared to last month, up 4.2% compared to last year, and then up 3.2% overall. So sellers were getting 95% of their list price last year, and now they're getting 98% of list price. So that definitely is a good sign for sellers, is a good thing for sellers in Orange County. They're getting 98% of their list price, right? Sellers are extremely happy with that. So again, it's our opportunity though to be hyper local because again, not all areas in Orange County are probably getting those same results. So you've got to be able to look at that zip code, look at that neighborhood. And when I say neighborhood, that I'm taking it out of zip code. Zip code could be too broad. You have to actually look at that specific area and carve it out, right? And pull out those numbers and see what the sold price to list price variance is. Okay. All right, let's talk Riverside County. I love talking Riverside and San Bernardino County because they are typically just more reasonable in terms of the numbers. So for sale properties are up 3.3% compared to last month. They're up 11% compared to last March and up 11% overall. So we've got more inventory on the market right now than we did last year to the tune of 11%, which is good. We're moving in the right direction. Sold properties are down 0.7% compared to last month and down 19.4% compared to last March. However, we're still up 0.2% overall. So properties that have actually closed escrow in Riverside County is up 0.2%. Not much, but definitely just by a hair. And then as you can see, those, compared to last year, we're down 19.4%. If we keep showing that same trend line, then more than likely it's going to trickle into our overall results, right? Which means we're going to go up, we're going to go down as well. Pendant properties are up 22.2% compared to last month, and 31.9% up compared to last March, same time frame. And then 12.2% increased overall. So pendant inventory properties going into escrow has definitely gone up in Riverside County to the tune of 12.2%. That's a good sign. And then new listing inventory has gone down 12.9% compared to last month, 11.2% decrease compared to last March. However, we are up 10.4% overall. So new listings coming into the market in Riverside County so far has increased 10.4% over last year. So we definitely have had more sellers coming on the market than we did last year at this time frame in the year to the tune of 10.4%. So that's a good sign. We need that to go up in order for us to have more choosings, more inventory for our buyer clients, right? All right, let's look at the average active price. Our average active price is up 3.8% compared to last month, and 9.4% compared to last March, and up 9.4% overall. So Riverside County Sellers are asking 9.4% higher prices, higher average active price than they did last year, to the tune of 9.4%. Even over LA County, right? LA County, the average active price, it was had only gone up like 0.4% or something. So very different. Riverside County is actually asking almost 10% higher than they did last year. However, let's look at what they're receiving. Average sold price is up 2.1% compared to last month. It's up 8.7% compared to last March, and it's up 10.7% compared to last year. So Riverside County is tracking very well. Sellers are doing very well as compared to last year. So had they sold last year, they'd have got 10% less than they are getting this year. And again, that's where we have to be hyper local, because not all areas in Riverside County are created equal. And some areas are doing very well, and some areas probably are pretty much flat with what happened last year, right? But overall, they're getting 10.7% higher sold price than they did last year. So that's a good story for the sellers in Riverside County. So let's look at their inventory, right? Let's look at the absorption rate. So 2.7 months of inventory was last month. Currently, we're at 2.6 months of inventory at this stage in the month, only the first 9 days, which is a decrease of 3.8%. We're actually up 37.2% compared to last year in March, same time frame, and we're up 12.3% overall. So we were at 2.4 months of inventory last year at this time in the year, and now we're at 2.7 months of inventory. So we actually have more inventory here in Riverside County than we do in Orange County, definitely, right? Because we were in the 1.4 months, 1.6 months of inventory in Orange County. And this is even more inventory than we have, I believe, in even LA County, because we were at 2.5 or 2.6 in LA County, right? So, so Riverside County has just a tad bit more than LA County of inventory. Average days on market has no change compared to last month, 19.6 decrease compared to last March, and a 17.9% decrease overall. So last year they were at 56 days on market. This year we're at 46 days on market currently. Again, last year we had a lot of volatility in the market. We had a lot of interest rate hikes and things happening that made buyers sit on the sideline, right? Right now we're experiencing a little bit of leveling off on the interest rates that they had gone down and leveled off. So now we're experiencing more buyers coming back into the market. Now we have got the Dream for All program that is spurring buyers to start getting pre-approved and get ready for that April timeframe when actually that program is going to hit. So that is definitely something that is spurring buyers to get back into the market. So we're seeing right now in Riverside County, average days on market go down. So sold versus original list price. 1% increase compared to last month, a 3.2% increase compared to last year, same time frame in March, and a 2.1% increase overall. So sellers went from getting 95% of their list price last year, and currently they're getting 97% of their list price. Okay, so again, a good story for our sellers. You're getting close to 100% of your list price. Uh-oh, guys. Can you guys hear me? It seemed like the internet got choppy.
It's freezing.
Okay. Hopefully it'll catch up. All right, let's keep going.
Now.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so San Bernardino County, let's hop into it. San Bernardino County, for sale properties, so properties that are actually for sale right now are active on the market, is up 4.3% compared to last month, up 11.8% compared to last year, same time frame, and then up 11.8% overall. Okay, so we have actually seen in San Bernardino County a good little increase of 11.8% of active inventory on the market. Sold properties are down 17.9% compared to last month, down 23.7% compared to last year in March, and an increase of 1.1% overall. So properties that have actually closed escrow has actually gone up 1.1%. overall. So not much, but again, still moving in the right direction. Hopefully we will see more closings as the month goes on. And typically you guys know the process. You guys are all realtors. You know the process in that we always push. The end of the month is when normally there's a big surge on for sale or for on sold properties, right? Closings. So we more than likely are going to see towards the end of the month those sold actually go up, and we'll get a real look at how we compared so far in the year towards the end of the month. All right, pending properties are up 4.9% compared to last month, up 2.5% compared to last year in March, and up 3.2% overall. So properties that are in escrow right now have actually gone up. As you can see in San Bernardino County, they've got the trifecta as well. So we've got all three of our indicators in the green, which is a good sign. We want all of those going up because that means more sales, that means more inventory, and that means more folks in escrow, right? As compared to last year, that is, right? And that's the goal. We want to beat last year. Last year, inventory was crappy. So sales went down tremendously, and we are trying to rebound. We're trying to bring those back. Okay, so new listing inventory has gone down 20.1% in San Bernardino County as compared to last month, down 8.4% compared to last March. And we are up, however, overall, new listing inventory is up 11.7% overall in San Bernardino County. And that's a good sign. We need new listing inventory to continue to go up in our areas so that we can have more inventory on the market for our buyers again. I know I keep reiterating that. Average active price has gone down 2.3% compared to last month, 6.8% increase compared to last year in March, and a 6.8% increase overall. So in San Bernardino County, sellers are asking on average 6.8% higher than they did last year. However, as you can see, if you drop down to the next number, they're closing 3.6% higher. So there is definitely some disparity in that number, right? So 3.6% higher than they were last year. So they're asking 6.8%, but they're actually closing 3.6% higher than they did last year, which again is still a good sign. And it is average appreciation. It's normal appreciation, okay, for our market. We normally see about 4 to 5%, or the range between 4 to 7%. They're at 3.6%. So moving in the right direction at a good speed, right? All right. So months of inventory has gone up 19.4% compared to last year. I'm sorry, compared to last month. 47.9% compared to last year in March. So in March, this time frame, first 9 days of the month, we were at 2.1 months of inventory. We're currently at 3.1 months of inventory, right? So that's good. And then if we look at overall, last year, between January and now, we were at 2.5 months of inventory, and now we're at 2.8 months of inventory, and an 11.9% increase, which is great. We need to increase our inventory, and San Bernardino County has actually gone up a bit, so that's moving in the right direction. We need to get more. Once we get into 4 to 5 months, that's considered a normal market. Okay, when you get into the 4 to 5 months of inventory, is considered a normal market, right, where buyers and sellers can meet. Okay, buyer demand is met by seller opportunity or supply, if you will. Okay, so that's considered a normal market. That's what we're hoping to get to. But again, as we learned last month, or last week, actually, we just don't have the inventory, and our new builds are behind significantly, right? So we're not expecting to come into a normal market, at least not this year. Okay. Average days on market is 47 days on market last month. We're at 39 days on market this month, which is a 17% decrease. Last year in March is a 29.1% decrease. We were at 55 days at this time in the month in March. We're at 39 days on market currently. And then overall, we're down 18.5%. We were at 54 days on the market last year. Currently, we're at 44 days on the market, okay? So your sellers are seeing a decrease in the days on market, definitely in San Bernardino County. However, you do know in some areas, this is probably 2 weeks on the market. And in some areas, it is that month and a half on the market, right? So we just got to be hyper local and look at your specific numbers. Sold to original list price is up 1% over last month, up 2.1% compared to last March, same time frame, and up 2.1% overall. So sellers were getting 95% of their list price last year, and then currently they're getting 97% of their list price, same number as in Riverside County, right? So that is good for sellers, that they are getting close to 100% of their list price. If they're looking to sell, what we've just talked about is a strong seller's market. And that's what we're pitching, right, to our sellers, is that we are in a very robust seller's market. It's time to take advantage. But what we know right now is sellers who are selling must sell, right? And then, and buyers who are buying truly want to buy, or must buy, okay? So what are some reasons that sellers need to sell right now? You guys hop off mute. Tell me, what are some reasons sellers need to sell right now? What would be some reasons they need to sell?
Retirement.
Absolutely. So what does that mean, retirement, Shatana? What does that translate to?
Moving out of town or downgrading.
So relocation or downsizing? Absolutely. Absolutely. What are some other reasons? So
They need a 1-story, can't do a 2-story anymore for health or age reasons.
Absolutely, Adriana. That's absolutely. So moving, I mean, that was one of my reasons, right? I wanted a 1-story because my hips, right? So definitely that. So getting older, and needing, or just health reasons and needing to downsize and move into a 1-story versus a 2-story. Any other reasons, Adriana?
Their family's growing. They need a bigger house.
Absolutely, Shelly. Births, right? Adding to the family. So the family is growing and they need to upsize, right? So what's the opposite of the family growing?
Empty nest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not to be morbid, but life is still life, and families change and people pass, and
Yeah.
I feel like those are the ones coming my way the last couple weeks.
Me too. Me too. I'm like you. Life is life, and I hate that. I hate that, but it is a circle of life, and death is definitely one of the major reasons that people end up having to sell, right? Is because they've lost a loved one. And I think Norma put in the chat divorce, right? Life is life, and so divorce happens. So absolutely, that is another reason. So you guys, if you know folks that are in any of these areas where life is, you know, you don't necessarily need to show up as the realtor, but you definitely should show up as a friend and an advisor, because they need your help. I was at church on Sunday, and my husband's our music minister, so you guys know I'm totally into, it's like me watching a rock concert, right? Because my husband's sitting up there singing. So I get to see him and I love it. And she's a good friend of mine, almost like a second mom. She leaned over and Mama April said, "I need your help." And we're in the middle of singing church songs. And she's like, "I need your help." And I'm like, what's going on, Mom? And she's like, my sister, and I didn't even know Chicago, but she said, my sister needs to sell properties, because they just lost the dad and they don't know what to do. They're so confused. You got to help them, Brandy. I need you to call them right away. She's like, they're getting advice from all these people, and I know I can trust you, and I need your help. And I only say that to you guys because if she didn't know I was a realtor, if she didn't know about me, then who's she calling? She doesn't have another person that she trusts to call. So we have got to get out there and put ourselves out there. Even if you think it sounds salesy or whatever, you got to put yourself out there, because people need you, and they need to know that they can trust someone, and they will call you if they know you and they know they can trust you. You're going to get some calls when life's right. So definitely be there as a trusted advisor for those people in your sphere of influence. But if they don't know that you're out there doing business and they don't know that you know what you're doing, then you're not going to get those calls. So make sure that you're doing that. Put yourself out there, okay? So that your people will know that they have somebody they can trust when life shows up, right? All right. So let's look at our calendar. We have got, well, we're doing the industry update right now. We've got group coaching coming for you at 12. We've got conversations in real play on both days, Tuesday and Thursday. So we missed that, but we put it back on the calendar. And then we also have, it looks like we've got 3 days of actual Ed Bonilla, which is wonderful. If you have paid for Pavin's Fix and Flip class, then it is available to you. If you have not paid, it is a paid class. It is not one that you can just show up to. It is a paid class. It's $2.99. He has homework. At this point, this is the 4th session. There's only 5 sessions. This is the 4th session. So if you haven't already paid for it, more than likely it's a little late. So see me if you absolutely, because we do have it recorded. So see me if you absolutely wanted to catch the recordings. You do get your money back if you have attended and done the homework for the 5 sessions. Okay, you do get your money back. Pavin's got money. He doesn't need ours. But he wanted to do that because he wanted to make sure people finish this class. He spends a lot of time training us and puts a lot of energy and effort and time into preparing for the class for 2 people to show up. But I will tell you, we have had phenomenal attendance in the class. We have had standing room only. So definitely it's been a great class and folks are getting a lot out of it. So if you still, if it's something of interest, hit me up, okay? All right, we've got our tech workshop at 6:30 on Tuesdays. Eileen is teaching every Tuesday, you guys, now. So there's no reason to miss it. If you are a dual career agent and you work in the day, you can absolutely catch some command training at 6:30. And then we've got our tech workshop on Wednesdays. Martha has been teaching it. You guys, Martha blew our minds. Well, she blew my mind. It was amazing. Her Coffee with a Capper last week was on point. And I was so excited. She taught so much. I mean, so simple too, but Martha just does it. She just gets to work. And she uses her technology very efficiently. And she's going to teach us some of the things that she's doing with her website and her app. She's going to be teaching us that on Wednesday, using command in conjunction with your website and your app. So I'm going to be there. I think it's going to be a great class because all of us wanted to know how she does what she does. I think even Janeth took her out to lunch right after the class to pick her brain. So be there on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And then on Thursdays, we've got Dial for Dollars. If you guys don't know anything about the Dial for Dollars, basically it's a role play in the beginning and then you get on the phones. Ramon is excellent with teaching you guys great dialogues and teaching you how to handle objections over the phone. It is a great follow-up to the Tuesday, Thursday conversations in real play. I just wanted to put this out there. If you guys don't have a podcast to listen to the Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast. Go back to the beginning and listen to all the episodes. I've been catching up. They are wonderful. And what's so funny, I know, it's not an educational plug, but it's funny what you learn about people. So Jim Shaw, this gentleman, he is a millionaire real estate agent. He runs a Facebook, it's called Shift and Move Forward. It's a Facebook group. It's got over 100,000 folks in the group. It was created during COVID. And he talks about how that has evolved, but it's got great momentum. And he's teaching us about how to navigate in this shifting market. And there's a bunch of dialogue around that. So if you want to join that group, definitely listen to this episode. And he's phenomenal. Favorite movie is Friday. And that just cracked me up completely. Because I love Friday, but looking at him, I never would have guessed that was his favorite movie, right? So that was funny. Never judge a book by its cover. All right. So industry news quickly. Biden aims to boost housing supply and improve affordability. So he's basically putting out a proposal, and asking Congress to provide $20 billion in grants to rebuild and remodel 2 million homes, offer tax credits for first-time home buyers and first-generation home buyers, also offering tax credit to starter homes who want to sell. So folks who actually are starter homes considered like your townhomes, your condos, your 2 bedrooms, your 3 bed, some of your 3 bedrooms, but those starter homes that actually want to sell, giving them a tax credit for selling, so incentivizing them to sell because we do need the inventory, as well as policy changes that would waive lenders title insurance on certain refinances, and finding ways to lower closing costs. So that's just some highlights. You can actually read some articles. You can actually read the article in the real estate news on this. It's just a plan though, you guys, and I just wanted to bring it to you to let you know about that. Put a bug in your ear that that's being proposed, and we'll have to monitor it and see how it goes. But it sure would be nice to get some incentives and to get some boost to the housing supply, because we need it, right? And then this was interesting that Zillow, the Wall Street hedge fund manager is basically sounding off about Zillow and saying that their market dominance that they have been enjoying for these years is at risk. He put out a big report about it, but bottom line, Zillow is being threatened in multiple directions, and primarily because of buyer broker, this whole compensation, all the lawsuits and things that are going on. They're saying, well, if there is no buyer agency, if buyer agency goes away, it's going to take away some of the pull from Zillow. Because why? Because why do we buy zip codes? We buy zip codes to get the buyer, right? But if the buyer agency goes away, or not necessarily buyer agency goes away, but buyer commission goes away, why would we as agents then be seeking out these zip codes still, right? So that's a part of the threat to Zillow. And the other threat to Zillow is homes.com, which we talked about last week, actually. And the fact that they've had a $1 billion investment in their portal in enhancing it. And it's a very credible competitor to Zillow, and has actually already overtaken Realtor.com. So Zillow has some competition. Their biggest competition is us, you guys. Their biggest competition is us getting out there and keeping in touch with our clients and making sure that they're going through us and not Zillow, right? And then the other thing that I thought was interesting, Realtor.com and Zillow actually have come into an agreement, and for rental listings only though, right? So they're combining forces to get rental listings out there. So Zillow basically is going to be the exclusive provider of multifamily apartment listings on Realtor.com. So Realtor.com is going to feature Zillow rentals, and that's their partnership. So again, not mind-blowing, just Zillow taking more piece of the pie, and Realtor.com coming into an agreement on that. Any questions, you guys? Any questions, any comments? A lot of stuff this morning. We good?
I have one question.
Please.
I've been hearing a lot of people complaining about like their property taxes going up in an amount that they didn't expect. What would we say to those, like when we're prospecting, when that's like something they're afraid of when it comes to buying? Like, oh, like I heard like property taxes are increasing a lot, like, because I don't know much how property taxes work. So I'm like, what are ways that we can like prepare clients, or like information we can give them about that?
That is a great question, Diana. I'm actually writing it down. But the reality is property taxes vary based on, not based on, it's based on the area, right? It's based on the city, the county, because typically your property taxes stay the same. Once you lock into a 30-year mortgage, your property taxes are based on whatever your original mortgage was based on. But what ends up happening is other assessments get tacked on to property taxes, right? So other things get tacked on to property taxes, things like education bills and infrastructure bills that get tacked on to property taxes that we vote on, quite frankly. And they get tacked on and or, well, no, not property taxes, mortgage in general, but on your property taxes, it's all those additional bills that get tacked onto it that end up increasing it over time. And that's what happens. But on the face of it, once you lock in on your mortgage and you buy a property, your property taxes should remain the same, except for bills and additional assessments that get tacked on as a result of our laws changing and things like that, or your city making special assessments, or your county making special assessments. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Brandy, can I say
Yes.
something?
Please.
That's why you have to vote,
Absolutely.
because there's certain measures and certain things that cost the homeowners money. So you have to just make sure that you're voting for the right stuff.
Yes, no doubt. You have to, and you have to pay attention, you have to pay attention to that stuff. I don't think we pay attention. And then we end up voting for stuff, and we don't realize that it's going to impact our property taxes, right? So you got to pay attention to that stuff as well. Anybody else, any questions? Thank you for that question, Diana. Nope. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a wonderful week. Make sure that you're attending the classes. If you have any questions, let us know. We are here to help you. Go out there and be productive. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Brandy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Welcome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Brandy.
You're welcome, Marjorie.
Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you, Kim. I love your picture.
Thank you. Talk to you soon, too.
I can barely hear you, honey. What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna come talk to you soon.
Oh, please. I would love it. Come talk to me. I didn't see you last week. I was like, where's she at?
You're hustling.
I love it. Keep hustling, girl. Keep it going. Let me know what you need. But yeah, come see me or give me a call.